Hello everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the ICP, where we play Mmuffinz and his team, Mmuffinz Mudkips. I heard he likes mudkips. That was a bad joke, I need to stop that. Anyway, moving swiftly on, let's get right into Mmuffinz' team. We have the mother of all stall teams here, right here for you guys. We see a Great Tusk, a Tera Garganacl, which is I've used it before, very strong Tera Captain. We see the Alomomola, the Regenerated King itself, Latias, a Tera Rabombi, which could either set up webs or just be a terrifying free Tera Quiver Dance setup sweeper. Alolan Muck, which is a very good Spadef wall. Thunder Asterion is another decently fast, strong special attacker. Decidueye is a method of defogging. Obviously, he had Rapid Spin on Great Tusk. We see Registeel, a good physical wall. Magmar can be like offensive or a Violet or whatever it wants to do. And Frostlass can like once again be like sash lead with like spikes, or it can be offensive. Don't think it has Nasty Plot in this game, but I didn't know they gave it to Mega. I'm excited to see Mega Frostlass actually in a competitive in draft league and stuff, because they gave that thing Nasty Plot, I'm pretty sure, in ZA, so we'll see if it keeps it. But yeah, that's for the future. Let's get right into what we are bringing, because yeah, this is a very strong stall team, very tough to break down. I think we'll be able to do it. Let's get into what we are bringing. First of all, we have our Cloaked Palafin. Cloak is really important on this. It allows us to not be Scald Burned by Alomomola, not be Soul Cured by Garganacl, not be Alluring Voiced by Alomomola, or really big threats. We are very offensive with this. I think that if we honestly start bulking up with this, and he's not a like Terra, like a Terra type that walls us on the Garg, we can honestly just set up and win with this Palafin set. We just bulk up. Drain Punch allows us to hit most of his team. We can Jet Punch, we can Ice Punch. Drain Punch like hits the Alomomola, hits the Garganacl, hits stuff like in general. I do know that +1 we can KO stuff like Rabombi straight up with a Jet Punch if it's not a resist type, which is kind of crazy. I believe we have to get to +2 to if we don't have any chip on the Thunderous, then we do need +2 to Jet Punch KO the Thunderous. But so that is probably the main threat, because obviously it outspeeds us pretty narrowly and can deal a lot of damage, especially if the thing is like a Choice Scarf. Everything is always going to be swapping. So our main thing is we're mainly just going to try and hit it, like get a hit off on Thunderous first with something like an Ice Punch, and then be able to set up bulk up later and win via Ice Punch and Jet Punch, because he doesn't have much that's faster than us, right? On this team, it's the Rabombi, the Latias, the Frostlass, and the Thunderous. Rabombi and Frostlass both go down to a +1 Jet Punch from us if they're not Focus Sash or anything like that, if Rabombi's not a resist type. Latias, unless it's like a Choice Specs, doesn't KO us because we got a good amount of Spadef, and we can KO that with a +1 Ice Punch. And Thunder Asterion, if we get the chip, then we can KO with the +1 Jet Punch. So yeah, I think this Palafin set can absolutely cook him if we can get it into the right position. Next up, we have our Expert Belt Terrafire Superior with Leaf Storm, Terra Blast, Dragon Pulse, and Taunt. Leaf Storm, the Expert Belt is there because it allows us to do massive damage to the Garganacl and Alomomola, also the Great Tusk. We can just like use Leaf Storm to spam through him. We have Dragon Pulse. We did have Dragon Pulse. I did put Dragon Pulse on this side here. Yeah, to be able to hit the Latias, which could be one of his main guys. Obviously, we're only outsped by the Rabombi, which we have Terra Fire for, to be able to resist its bug and fairy moves. And also its potentially, if it's like Giga Drain, we can resist that and do a lot of damage with Blast Fire. It also allows us to hit the Decidueye and Registeel if those want to be like defensive and set up. The main thing that we don't really hit is like an Violet Magmar, but I don't think Magmar comes to this matchup just because it's not the greatest matchup. And it also allows us to hit the Frostlass, which we do outspeed unless it's Choice Scuffed. Next up, and then we have Taunt, just to be able to taunt things like, you know, Spiking, Frostlass, like defogging, Registeel, not Registeel, Decidueye, sorry, like Iron Defense, Body Press, Registeel is what I meant to say, or like Stealth Rocking Registeel, just nice in general. Next up we have our Spadef Sylveon. This is our Spadef wall, mainly our check to Latias in case something is like a setup set to try and win with like Agility and Carmine. We do have the Hyper Voice, do a lot of damage, Baton Pass to basically swap around, see if he's got any swaps, or Baton Pass for potential Wish to some of our other guys. We do know that this team is very tough to break down, so if we can like spread, we do need a way to be able to get some health back ourselves. And then Protect, just to be able to heal up our Sylveon if need be. Next we have our Choice Scarf Darkrai, and this thing outspeeds Rabombi. I believe it's what 124 versus 125 speed, with Darkrai being one base speed faster, which means with our choice scarf here and our speed investment, we outspeed everything on this team. We can outspeed a Quiver Danced Rabombi after a Quiver Dance. I said Quiver Dance already. What am I talking about? We can outspeed a Rabombi after a Quiver Dance, no matter what, and be able to potentially, like, for example, go for a Sludge Bomb. The other thing is like Terra, it doesn't Terra. We have Ice Beam to be able to hit a few things like mainly the Great Tusk, and then we have Dark Horse, just generally as good stab, and then we can like trick a Choice Scarf if we need to onto like cripple something like an Alomomola or a Garganacl, or potentially even like force a Rabombi to continue Quiver Dancing if we are in front of it. Next up, we have our Ogerpon Cornerstone. We have Ivy Cudgel, Power Whip. It says Ivy Cudgel's grass move. Obviously, it's a rock move, which is nice. We have Swords Dance, so we can be able to break free of 3 things. Obviously, we are only outsped by Rabombi, which obviously can't one-shot us because of our sturdy ability, which is really nice. And we do speed type, potentially a max speed Latias, but we do huge amount of damage, and that thing has to be scared of something like a knockoff or just a big +2 Ivy Cudgel. So and I think he's probably going to be more bulky Latias if it does come. And then we do have Spikes just in case we can get rid of his hazard his hazard removal, and just be able to pressure him with hazards. Which pairs really nicely with our last one here, which is our Cloak Donphan. This is here like another really good swap into the Garganacl's Soul Cure. We can prevent obviously double cloak if we don't get Soul Cured. Don't have to take 12% every turn, which is ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous move, honestly. And we have Earthquake to be able to just dish out damage. And we have Knockoff to get rid of items, maybe potentially heavy duty boots or leftovers or whatever he's got, like helmets. Stealth Rock is just really nice to be able to set up hazards, deals damage. Potentially, if he's not boots on that Thunderous, it does allow us to get the chip needed for Palafin. And then Roar just allows us to force out any like setup mons, like potentially like Iron Defense and Garg, if that's a Terra type that's tough for us to deal with, or like a Calm Minding, Agility, Latias. We can get like Calm Mind, Weakness Policy, like Agility, something like that. We can roar it and get rid of those stat boosts. So yeah, that is our team for week 3, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the insane competitive draft league. We are playing Mr. Mmuffinz this week. He has a Terra Fairy Rabombi and a Terra Steel Garganacl. Interesting. We obviously have our Terrafire Serp. Let's see what other things he does bring. He does bring the Rabombi, obviously. We see the Alola Muck, we see the Latias, we see the Garganacl, we see the Alomomola, and we see the Decidueye. Interesting. So what do we not see then? We see no Frostlass, no Magmar, no Registeel, no Thunderous. Interesting. And no Great Tusk. Oh my god, I was really expecting that. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is really interesting. I was fully expecting the Tusk and the Thunderous. Do we just need Palafin to get our ability going, I assume? Yep. And then we can go from there. But yeah, very bulky team. It's going to be tough to break down, but we brought a lot of setup to try and break it down. Palafin actually looks really, really nice without having to deal with that Thunderous or the Great Tusk. He's just going to lead Decidueye. Okay. Interesting. We could go Serp here because we are Terra Fire. We can also go into our Darkrai. And what exactly does he want to do to us here? I mean, the obvious answer is he wants to Grass Move us. He could obviously be like Swords Dance or Scarf or something. I think we could also go Cornerstone. We do a lot of damage there, but he does a lot of damage to us as well. I kind of like just straight up Darkrai. He could also U-turn, which would be scary. We could also go potential. Well, not Fizz Def Sylveon. I think Serp is our best answer here, honestly. I'm a bit scared of a Spirit Shackle. Sorry, mincing my words. Ooh. He does just Leaf Blade. Okay, and we are gonna see we go down to 236. which is perfectly fine. We could just leave Storm here. We can go for Taunt. I do want to calc damage. He did 61 damage with a Leaf Blade, which tells me he isn't adamant. 61 with the Leaf Blade. Only 61, so he's not max attack either. What do we want to throw off here? Terra Fire, Terra Blast isn't the worst. I do think I just want to Leaf Storm though. And we do a decent chunk, and I do think he doesn't want to take a Terra Fire Blast to the face. He would survive it though, but we're not killing with anything, so I'm just gonna Leaf Storm here. He's just gonna stay in. This could be a Spadef mon, you never know. Yeah, that is super Spadef. What is he? It's Spirit Shackle. Okay, that's bad. Don't think it quite 2-hit KOs. He is Spadef. Okay, good to know. We can see exactly how much he took. He took about 16%ish from a Leaf Storm. He's not Assault Vest. So he's like really Spadef. We are +2 though. We should still kill him with a Terra Blast Fire here. This should be going down here. No Okaberry, nothing. He hangs on! Wow! Do we kill? We do. We do hang on. Okay. This is actually pretty bad. But getting rid of this for Palafin is actually really nice. We could go for the safe Dragon. Ooh. I think either way he just revenges with his Rabombi, but I am going to go for the Leaf Storm here. On the off chance that he tries to save this. And tries to go into like Aquajet and Alomomola or something. No, but we do go to +4. This does have. I think this means that Rabombi has to come out, right? Serp did break down that Decidueye, which we did learn was Spadef. Okay. It's pretty nice for us, and we do see a Jazz, which is that Rabombi, which is probably just going to click a Moonblast here. Because, yeah, we do not resist it. We could go make the Sylveon play here. Save this for later. But I don't think that's the right play. Because that allows us to go into our Darkrai and click a Sludge Bomb. We do know this is Terra Fairy. We're just going to Terra Blast here. And he's just going to go for the Moonblast, yeah. Okay, so there's no webs or anything. We just went for that because we don't want to give him like a free Quiver Dance or anything. He has not terrestrialized yet. I do think I just want to go into my Sylveon here. We are max Spadef. And Hyper Voice is actually really nice here. He is going to withdraw into who? Into Ice Cream, who is the Muck. Okay, how much does this take? Ooh, good chunk. And we do see Black Sludge, it looks like. Muck, Lola, Spadef. From my Sylveon. How much did we do? He had Black Sludge, so he took about 31. So he isn't max Spadef. Is he just like max HP? Does look like a roll just from max HP, which is very interesting. I think we can always go into our Don fan here. Yeah, it's just what do we want to get knockoffed with? Nothing really. I'm just going to go into my Fizdef Don fan here. And I think I just want to get my rocks up, because now that Decidueye's gone, I don't think he has removal without Tusk. So he does go for the poison jab. And no poison. He can't poison touch, but he could get... Oh wait, he can't just in general poison us. I forgot about that. I think we just get our rocks up, right? How much did he deal as well? He did 47 to us with a poison jab. Which is a lot of damage. That's a roll from like max adamant. So yeah, this is really offensive. Yeah, rocks look really nice here. I'm just gonna put my rocks up. He's gonna withdraw. GF, which is the Latias. Okay. I think I am just gonna flick a raw here. Because I am scared of the weakness policy set. I'm just gonna flick raw here. As he is Calm Mind. Okay, so we learn a good chunk there about him, and we get to roar him out, which is really nice. What gets forced out? Here's Alomomola. Do we see boots? We see no boots, okay. We don't see leftovers either. Interesting. How much damage am I doing to this with my Sylveon? Because I might just go there. I'm expecting this to be physical. Physically defensive, sorry. We do a lot. So I'm going to go into Sylveon here. He could just like click a flip turn or something. I'm pretty fine with that. Calm Mind on the Latias still could be weakness policy for sure. He's going to flick Scald. Doesn't look offensive. We get lefties. I could Baton Pass here. I think I am just going to Hyper Voice. He is going to flip turn. Okay, so he's Scald flip turn. We see no boots. We don't know the we see no lefties. Could be like Citrus Berry potentially. He is going to go straight back into the Alola Muck. I'm going to get a good amount of Hyper Voice damage once again. I do think we can go for a fast Baton Pass here. I highly doubt he speed creeped us. Yeah, no speed creeping. Okay, good. We didn't Baton Pass any positive stats. We do know he stayed in. Once again, Donphan is our answer. And he's going to Pain Split, which is pretty nice for him. Okay, so he's what? Knock off Pain Split. We know he's max adamant, max HP. Do we know item? We do. It's Black Sludge. I don't hate knockoffing that. Do we want to click another raw? What do we want to do? I'm gonna knock off here, I think. He's gonna withdraw, so we're gonna get rid of an item here. Potentially some boots or something. It's into stall. Was that the fish? It is. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this thing's item, which is nice. Is it like helmet? We do see Rocky Helmet, which is gone now. Okay, nice. Part of me just wants to Earthquake this for damage. Punish it. Or click Raw if it wants to. Oh, but it could just Scald and I'd be annoyed by that. I think I am just going to make the Sylveon play again. He is going to make the flip turn, which is fine. We're into the stall loop, and we need to break it. We need to start setting up with something. Potentially Cornerstone here. Like, this thing could be just in Cornerstone kill range immediately. And that could be big. It's about 60%. It probably will just die to a hit. I'm gonna baton pass. I'm gonna make the Ogre Pond play. As he does poison jab. Has a very good chance to poison. Does get it. Part of me really wants a spike here. In fact, I am going to spike. I think spiking is the right play. He doesn't know there's a chance we kill with a Ivy Cudgel here. We could have like Stomping Tantrum, I assume, to kill him. Stomping Tantrum does do more. He is just going to stay in and take his kill, which is fair enough. Because now I get to go Don Fan, and I'm going to click an Earthquake this time. He is going to make the withdrawal. Is it into the, Latias? No, it's into the Alomomola. We just have to take a lot of damage now because of all the hazards. And I'm going to click Raw. He's going to wish. We're going to roar him out. So what? Blossom is probably Protect, if I had to guess. And he gets to go into the perfect thing. Wow. Lovely. We're going to click Roar again. He's just going to Calm Mind. Okay, that's fine. We're going to get rid of this. I'm going to click another Roar. He's not got rid of my Covert Cloak at any point, so I cannot be Salt Cured if that's what he wants to go for. He does, okay. Nope, not allowed, my friend. I am Covert Cloak. We do force back in the Alomomola. this time I am gonna go Palafin. We're gonna bulk up. Without his rocky helmet, this thing really struggles to stop us. He stays in. Is it flip turn? Or is it scalding? He's gonna flip turn, okay. Into what? Because we have hazards up for days. He does get the wish. Ice Punch should KO this. Max special attack Draco Meteor at most does 55 to 66. He clicks a Mist Ball, interesting. That's a good chunk. We're gonna Ice Punch. And down goes Latias, lovely. That's one of the things that could outspeed us. If it's Boots or Bombi, it dies to a Jet Punch at this point. If it's Sash, then Sash gets broken by our hazards, which is nice. What stops me at this point? It's the Garganacl that chooses to come out. Now this thing has to take hazards, which is really nice. And this thing could terrestrialize here into Steel type, which means it's either way it's weak to Drain Punch, which is nice, and we get a good amount of recovery here. He does make the Terra play. Okay, so we should still do about like at least 50% to this. And he's already taken 24% from rocks, which is really nice. Yeah, we do a huge chunk there. We're going to get a huge amount of recovery there. He clicks Salt Cure, but we are Cloak on this too. Double Cloak, boys! Double Cloak! Does he have a Drain Punch swap in? No. We're going to Drain Punch again. I think that Palafin just wins this. He does withdraw. Into who? Into his fish. Which is at basically full, but rocks are going to stop that right now. And we're going to get a good bit of recovery there. And I think we just bulk up here on the wish. He goes for the alluring voice. I think, yeah, Cloak is going to stop that. Cloak is going to stop that. We're doing a good chunk with Drain Punch. I'm gonna just Drain Punch. Get some recovery. Oh, we're just gonna kill with a crit. That's huge. That is a huge crit. We would not have killed with that without that crit. Here comes Rabombi. Are you? What are you? You are not. Focus Ash. You just died to a Jet Punch. I'm not remembering anything, forgetting anything. I don't think. Bang! Big Palafin. And now let's look at the mark. +2 Jet Punch is our strongest hit. Let's click it. With the steal, for a second there I thought that might be a kill for Ogerpon, but no, not in the end. We can just Drain Punch for the kill. GG's to Mmuffinz. Great game. Palafin absolutely putting in work, picking up the 4-0 here. GG's to Mmuffinz, great game. Palafin, with the cloak, was able to just break down the stall once we got our hazards going. Honestly, I was expecting a lot more boots from him. A lot more bulky team. GG's, man.